Okay, so to begin with the sampling once more, part two, or episode two anyway, I'll even look at the sequel to this Gideon thing real quick. And okay, so it looks like she actually does open things a bit more on a bit more of an interesting note, I should say, or a bit of a mystery. Prologue: the night before the Emperor's murder. Your room had long ago plunged into near complete darkness, leaving no distraction from the great rocking thump 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 of body after body flinging itself onto the great mass already coating the hall. There was nothing to see. The shutters were down, but you could feel the terrible vibration, hear the groan of chitin on metal, the cataclysmic rending of steel by I wonder if that's supposed to be furious claw or fungus claw. But still, carrying onward. It was very cold. A fine shimmer of frost now coated your cheeks, your hair, your eyelashes. In that smothering dark, your breath emerged as wisps of wet, gray smoke. Sometimes you screamed a little, which no longer embarrassed you. You understood your body's reaction to the proximity. Screaming was the least of what might happen. God's voice came very clearly, or very calmly over the comm. 10 minutes until breach. We've got half an hour of aircon left. After that, you'll be working in the oven. Doors down until the pressure equalizes. Conserve your temp, everyone. Harrow, I'm leaving yours closed as long as possible. You staggered to your feet, limpid skirts gathered in both hands, and picked your way over to the comm button, scanning for something damning and intellectual to say. You snapped, I can take care of myself. Harrow, Hark, we need you in the river, and while you are in the river, your necromancy will not work. I'm a lictor lord, you heard yourself say. I am your saint, I am your fingers and gestures. If you wanted a hand who needed a door to hide behind even now, then I have misjudged you. From his far-off sanctum deep within the Mytherium, I think that's how they say it, you heard him exhale. So this opening is a little bit more readable than the other book. So, you know what? Kudos to that. At least this time it was opening up with a little bit of mystery and a little bit more about the world rather than just some random Gideon going around the field and checking it out for, I guess, traps or something or other. But it's a little bit more readable. This last part is saying, like, hell spat you back out, fair enough. You did not wake up having passed into the Thanergeric space that was the sole province of the dead and the necromantic saints who fought the dead. You woke up in the corridor outside your rooms, on your side, and broiling, gasping for air, soaked right through your sweat, your own and your blood, your own. Yeah, so there's still a little bit of awkwardness, but it's not nearly as bad as the first opening. But still, I guess you could go with you yourself are your biggest resource when it comes to books, reading, writing, pretty much everything. This is just my recommendation, but see what captures you as a reader. Um, you don't have to follow what all the booktube is doing, because then it becomes just like milk. It becomes homogenized to where let's everybody play follow the leader, and I don't intend on doing that. You know, it's just one of those things where I realize that most social media probably is not interested in what I do. I just want to try to help books reach more readers, and books that I specifically enjoy to reach more eyeballs. Because all the audiences that do want YA everything, they're pretty much getting fed the ham, the turkey, the steak, and everything else on the table. And I don't like the fact that everybody else is just stuck with scraps. So there you have it. A simple reading of the second opening of the other book. Yeah, not as awkward, but still, I can see why now, with books, any kind of book you're doing, have an opening that hooks the reader. 100%. If you don't have that, why would they turn the next page to the next chapter, to the next issue, to the next adventure? Have a good night, everybody.